Hi, how is everyone doing? Hope everyone is doing good today. Today I'm going to talk about some of the superstitious beliefs that we have, which people think doesn't have any reason behind it or any scientific reasoning, but there are reasons why our ancestors told what they told. For example, I'm talking about a couple of things here. I'm going to talk about the misconception about passing salt from one hand to other directly, and similarly passing sesame seeds, mustard seeds, knife, scissors. I'm going to talk about these 5 things today. There are many more like this, but I can't cover all of them in one video, so I'm going to make more videos about those. But today I'm going to talk about these 5 things. For example, when you talk about salt, salt has a property of absorbing moisture. Like, the scientific properties of salt is it absorbs more than about 75% of moisture in the atmosphere. So that moisture might have been told by our ancestors as a negative energy, because back then our homes were built different, our atmosphere was different, we didn't have electricity, we were in the dark, the houses had a lot of moisture in them, we didn't have too much ventilation. So because of all these things, when people said salt absorbs negative energy, what they meant was salt has the capacity to absorb the moist humidity in the atmosphere. So that's the reason even today people follow the rituals of placing salt in different corners of the house to release the negativity in the house. When they're talking about negativity, they're not talking about evil spirits or anything. They're talking about the negativity in the atmosphere. Having too much humidity will cause health issues. So maybe that's the reason, instead of telling the complete scientific details to everybody, and most of the people may not understand when you tell everything in detail. Not everybody was educated back then. So instead of telling all those details and thinking maybe they won't understand the reasons behind it, they might have put a saying don't pass salt directly because it can absorb negativity. So that doesn't mean if you pass salt from one hand to other, that your negativity will pass to the other person, because our skin doesn't have the capacity to absorb any kind of energy directly. Our skin doesn't have that properties. So that might be the reason why our ancestors told not to pass salt directly from one hand to the other. And salt has many properties to it. It is used as purification, it is used for cleansing. So it has a very health benefits, and it is said that it removes the negativity both from the body, from the atmosphere. It is also said that salt has antibacterial properties. It may not be 100% antibacterial, it may not have 100% antibacterial properties, but it has some of the antibacterial properties in it. And there might be one more reason why people told not to pass salt from one hand to other. Maybe it's because if it's spilled, it's gonna be wasted, because you can't pick salt from the floor and use it directly, and there is no other way to clean salt with water or any other ways. So it's a way of wastage. And the other thing is, back then people didn't use the table salt that we are using today. They used rock salt, sea salt, the mineral salt, which is called as the pink Himalayan salt. So if that was spilled accidentally when you're passing from one hand to other, and accidentally if somebody steps on it, they might get hurt because of all the crystal rocks, because salt was in a rock form. So that might be one more reason for people saying not to pass salt from one hand to other. But it has no scientific, no Vedic or no scriptures, no Vedic scriptures or any Ayurvedic beliefs saying that our energy is going to pass from one body to other through salt if you pass it directly. So that is one of the misconceptions about salt. Similar to salt, the other misconceptions or misinterpretations we have are about sesame seeds and mustard seeds. In Ayurveda, sesame seeds and mustard seeds are considered having heat properties to them. So they say it purifies your body, it cleanses your body, detoxifies your body. So that might be one more reason people assume like if it has a property of properties of heat in it, if we pass sesame seeds or mustard seeds directly from one hand to other, one person's heat may be transferred to the other. But similarly, like salt, heat or negative energy or any kind of energy cannot be absorbed by our skin directly. So that is one other misconception about sesame. More a misconception with oil, the similar misconception not to pass oil from one hand to other directly. It may not be for any evil spiritual negativity or anything like that. The reason might be if you accidentally spill oil, it's going to be on the floor, and if somebody accidentally steps on it, they might slip and break a bone or injure themselves. So instead of having those injuries, maybe they have said instead of giving it directly, just place it on the table or on the floor or wherever, and the other person might pick it up. These are the things that may have been misinterpreted over the generations. Our ancestors might have told all these things not to be done in a very reasonable, proper way, but during the course of time, people might have misinterpreted them. So instead of believing what everybody just says, do a little research, study about it, understand the reason behind it, because none of our Vedas, none of our traditions say anything about negativity in a negative, doesn't mean evil spirits or anything. When they say it's negative or it's bad, all they are saying is it's not good for health, or it might have some different kinds of reasons behind it. So try to learn, try to understand, do your research about why things are said the way they are said, and then go with it. But just because somebody said it, don't go and follow it. And the other two things are scissors and knife. They say not to give it directly. It may not have any other kind of reasons behind it. All it might be was if you pass knife like that and the edge of the knife is sharp, and if the person is taking it, they might cut themselves, or if you're reversing it and giving it, the person who is giving it might get hurt when the other person is pulling it. So instead of not being injured, they might have told place it down so that they can pick it up. These might be the simple reasons behind the things our ancestors might have told. So I hope this video gave a little explanation about certain things that we believe, which have a proper meaning and reason behind it, but not everything are just superstitious or superstitious beliefs, or not everything has to be followed just because someone else is following. Thank you for watching the video.